All right, y'all. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon to every single last one of y'all. I hope you guys are all doing well out there, all over the globe, watching the show. We had some technical issues going on, but it's a brand new space. We're still working out a lot of different things, like this damn mic arm this boom arm that just wants to move around. You know what I mean? Just because it can. But anyway. Outside of all that, give me a thumbs up or actually hit the number 1 if you can hear me properly, because obviously this is still show number 2. I think it's show number 2. So we're still working on, like I said, working out all the kinks and all that. So just do me a favor, hit that like button, but hit that number 1 real quick for me. I'd really, really appreciate it, just so I know you guys can hear this conversation. And also, I got my boy back by popular demand. Well, you're going to be seeing him a lot, actually. My boy, Nico Smith, in the house.
What
up?
It's
what
good
up,
to be
man?
back, man. How you doing? You feeling good?
I feel good, man.
I'm feeling good. How's everybody out there doing? Y'all good? Can you hear us?
Yes.
We here. We in the building. We're going to have some good conversation today, as usual. Second show, so yeah, let's get to it.
Yes.
Yeah, man. I'm excited to be back. Again, the set is beautiful. Shout out to all the people that came and showed up last time.
Woo.
We hope you're back here again today. Yeah, let's get into some good conversation, man.
Yes,
I heard you got some good topics.
We got a lot of stuff to talk about, baby. We got a lot to talk about, fam. Hold on. I got to fix one thing. Hold on. 2 seconds.
Okay.
But
2 seconds. In the meantime.
Tell us your day. How has it been?
Well, it's been a good day so far. I mean, I'm here with you at the Pascal Show in this lovely. I was trying to explain this whole place.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, they can't see this whole place, but it's this room, but it's a huge facility here. So eventually one day you got to give them the tour.
One day I will.
And show them how big this place is. Because it's enormous. Gigantic. That's what she said. Anyway.
There we go.
All right, we're moving that out the way.
Out of mind.
Oh, okay, cool.
People are saying that the TV behind you is too
distracting.
But what's wonderful about it is that we can move that ish around, baby.
Hey, so we
good. What I'm saying? It got wheels. We're moving up in the world, baby.
We're good.
It got wheels. But anyway, so yes, I appreciate all y'all for being on. Real talk, I appreciate all y'all for being on. Oh, snap. Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Since you're already there,
Uh-huh.
Can you move my camera back over? I'd really appreciate it.
I got
you. It completely lost its angle. Like I said, it's just the two of us. Just the two of us. This way. Turn it this way. Turn it that way. Yes. Turn it one more. A little bit. Yes. So, perfect, man. It's groovy, baby. But anyway, thank you guys so much for being so understanding and patient with us. We have been very like I said, it's a show number 2. You know what I'm saying? So we're still working on all these pancakes, trying to pull out and make the best pancake we can make. So if you're liking the layout, you're liking the whole thing, you're enjoying the conversation so far, we got a lot to talk about, y'all.
A lot.
Do me a favor, hit that like button down below, crush it, make it scream out your damn name. We got to hit it, get it past 100 likes real quick. We got a lot of stuff to talk about and very little time to do it now because of the technical issues we've been having, but we're going to give it to you like DMX.
Raw.
Just, well, X going to give it to you. Going to give it to you. know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay, that's what you mean. Okay. Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
I feel you 100%.
Okay. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. So yeah, welcome to Pascal Raw. Okay. This is the night version where we kind of keep it real. We talk about a bunch of things. Eventually, I know that there's a lot of people out here that have children in the background, playing and listening and all that stuff. Like soon we will be moving this show, this version, this show with all the angles and all that stuff. We will eventually be moving all this stuff to a whole other platform on a whole other channel. But in the meantime, I want to get you guys used to us, get used to the conversations we're going to have, the talented people that we're going to be having into the show, on the show and all that stuff, and have more of an open conversation about a lot of things. So it's not just me staring at a wall, you know what I'm saying? Which I still enjoy, and I'm still doing those. You saw me this morning talk about some serious stuff this morning. So we're going to still be doing that. Guarantee you. Okay. But now I got my good boy Nico Smith in the house, which
Yes,
is
sir.
really amazing and is a blessing. But then, it's going to be me, him, this guy right here, and a slew of other people that are going to be on the show and having conversations with us. So please hit that like button, send it past 100 likes for me. I see a bunch of y'all starting to file in. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, wherever you're watching this show, because we are international, baby.
Yeah, man.
Okay. So I really do appreciate it. And of course, we got to get into some of the news. So before we do that, hit that like button down below. I'd really, really appreciate it. We are working hard out here in these streets to give you the stories and the information that you need for the day. Okay. But anyway, before we get into all of this stuff, as you already know, this morning I broke a story. Shout out to Infinite Content. Real talk. He is a family member. Okay, he has been sending me crazy amount of information over the past few months since he's subscribed to the show and
He's
been
one of
hip
the
to the
plugs.
show.
One of the plugs.
Yeah, he's one of the plugs, baby.
Got you.
He's one of the plugs, man. Damn. So what recently happened this morning, though? Some really bad things happened over in Brooklyn in a subway station. There was a bunch of people that were jumping onto a train. A man, of course, I got to use all these key words, guys, unfortunately, but a man was riding that train. That's what we learned later on during our live. But this guy was riding this train, and then out of nowhere, man, he puts a gas mask on, pulls out a smoke canister, smoke grenade, throws it into the middle of the train that he's riding in, and he opens fire on everybody.
Oh, my God.
Well, we now have a person of interest. I know I said in the title, I fixed it. If you look down below, I fixed it. There is a person of interest, not a suspect, but a person of interest involved in this, possibly involved with this particular travesty, which I'm going to show you this article right quick, and we're going to go through it, okay? Because I know a lot of us were watching it this morning. We're at the edge of our seats wanting to know what the hell is really going on here, and we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty. So let's get into it, okay? So NYPD identifies person of interest in NYC subway shooting and reveals he made concerning posts on social media about homelessness. New York and Mayor Eric Adams, I don't know what this says, but cops say 62-year-old rented a U-Haul connected to the attack. So we got some information here, which I found very interesting. NYPD has released a photo of a person of interest in Brooklyn, in the Brooklyn subway shooting. Frank James is his name, and I'm gonna hop up real quick because I want you guys to see. This is who Frank James looks like, or this is what Frank James looks like. He is right now a person of interest, possibly connected to this whole tragedy that happened this morning, that's leaving about 16 people injured, some in critical condition and all that. But yeah, this is insane. And so we got a story to tell. So let's jump into this. So Frank James, 62, is described as someone they want to speak to regarding the attack. We're looking to determine if he has any connection to the train. NYPD Chief of Detectives recently said. We know Mr. James rented that U-Haul truck in Philadelphia. So he rented it from Philly and then drove all the way over. I mean, it's not that long of a drive, but drove all the way over to NYC, to Brooklyn, no less, right? Brooklyn, no less, and to do all this crazy stuff. Okay, so the key of the U-Haul van was found at the crime scene in the subway, the official said. Wow. So he, I guess, frantic, nervous, something, discarded or accidentally dropped this key, and now they're connecting this U-Haul truck to this whole incident. It's wild. So the U-Haul was found 5 miles from the scene of the actual shooting. Keechant Sewell, the NYPD chief, said they recovered from the scene a 9mm semi-automatic handgun, extended magazines, bruh, a hatchet, gasoline, consumer grade fireworks, and a hobby fuse.
So this was all in the U-Haul?
This was all in the U-Haul. Or
Wow.
yeah. Wait, hold on. No. I'm sorry. This was recovered from the actual scene, y'all.
So he brought all of this stuff with him on the train.
Yeah.
Huh. Wow.
No, he was up to no good. He was up to some damage.
And what's crazy is about New York. Like, I don't know how many of y'all have been to New York or are from New York, probably. But when you go on the subway, like, crazy stuff happens all the time.
Facts.
So you never know, like, somebody comes in and they're wearing a hockey mask or something, and they just break out in a dance. Like, you don't know to be like on guard, like he's gonna start shooting or something crazy like that. So it's
no doubt,
man, that's wild.
I mean, this dude really, like, straight up,
That's wild.
he had plans.
Yeah.
He had time today.
Wow.
He had time today. But real quick, going back to the article right quick, because there's more. They say that, and this is what Sewell said, we still don't know the suspect's motivation. Sewell said James made concerning social media posts about homelessness in New York City and threats to Mayor Eric Adams. Adams' security was stepped up as a result, obviously. But right now, from my understanding, Eric Adams got the vid. He got the C-19 right now, so he's home. He's holed up to rest and recuperate.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's doing a little R&R right now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But Adams' security has been stepped up. I don't blame them for doing what they need to do right now. In fact, from Infinite Content also said this in this morning show that they even upped security everywhere in a lot of major cities because they didn't know if this was like a domino effect type of deal, or if there's going to be more people
with other people.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
If there's going to be more like copycats, maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we don't know. You see what I'm saying? So this is absolutely knuckin' futz, guys. Yeah. Okay, this whole situation, but there's more. So let's continue on here. Says this person of interest in today's subway shooting in Brooklyn has made past comments about the mayor. And I said the spokesperson, Adams' spokesperson. Out of an abundance of caution, NYPD will increase his security, Mayor Adams' security presence until this man has been questioned. The officials said James has addresses in Philadelphia and Wisconsin, and they are still investigating whether he has ties to New York. This Frank James, this is Frank James. He is the person of interest in the shooting that took place on the N train in Brooklyn Tuesday morning. They tweeted, anyone with information on his whereabouts are asked to call 1-800-577-TIPS. I'm going to say that again so everybody knows. Please, if you guys know anything about this gentleman right here, okay, that's his face. 62-year-old Frank James. By the way, he's 62, y'all. 62. Frank James. If you know anything, please call this number, 1-800-577-TIPS. Actually, let me just blow this up so that you guys can see his face even better. Okay. Because I ain't messing around. This kind of evil stuff needs to be brought to justice with the quickness. So if you know any information about this man, this is what this man looks like. Real talk. Frank James, call one more time, 1-800-577-TIPS. Police are also offering a $50,000 reward for information leading to James's arrest. Just want to make that abundantly clear as well.
50 G's.
50 G's, 50 stacks, baby. Okay? 50 bands.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know about you, but if I knew this information, that's a lot of car notes paid off. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So MTA and Transport Workers Union have also offered $12,500 each in reward money. And the New York City Police Foundation offered $25,000 in reward money to bring this total in reward offering to $50,000. So it's all of them. They
Gotcha.
pull this all together. They're trying to make it sexy.
Gotcha.
Let's keep it real. They're
I
trying to make
thought
it
you were
sexy.
saying on top of the 50.
I thought
was
too. I
like,
got
ooh,
really excited there. You
let
know,
me call some people.
man, I'm
'cause-
cold reading, bro. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
I get you.
I was
I
about to
get
say, I was about to say, damn, it's about to be like 100.
I'm doing
100,000.
math. I got my fingers out.
Yeah,
I'm counting them.
you carrying the one. You're divisible by 5.
plus-
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, damn.
Hey,
You know
but
what I'm saying?
50,000 ain't nothing to, halt
Hey,
at. Yeah, that's nice too.
Hey, 50,000 ain't nothing to sneeze at.
You know
Let's
what I
just
mean?
keep it
So
real.
if you know something, say something. Ain't that the motto? Is that what they say? Like you see something, say something. If you know something, I mean, this man, well, allegedly, just a person of interest. So if you saw something or if you heard somebody say something, like say something, because a lot of people. Did they say how many people passed or were killed? Or?
No one so far. There hasn't been any fatalities so far.
Okay, well that's good. Man. So all right,
but still though, they're still saying right now no arrests have been made. Police on Tuesday evening said the gunman fired, get this, 33 shots. 33 shots in a subway car.
Did they say what kind of weapon he used, or was it like a?
Well, they said in the beginning. I'll say it again though, just so because I know that there's a lot of information being told right now.
Yeah. And
you
I've
know
been
what I'm
drinking,
saying?
man.
I've been drinking. Okay, so it's all good. It's all good. So okay, first off, he's 62 years old. Okay, his name is Frank James. Okay, not Rick James. Okay, Frank James. All right. Now, what they say is that, well, aside from the weapon, he had a lot of other things on him that I guess he left at the scene of the crime. So one of them was a 9mm semi-automatic handgun, extended magazines, a hatchet, gasoline, consumer grade fireworks, and a hobby fuse. So he was ready to light some things on fire.
And he had the extendos.
Exactly. So he was ready for some.
Yeah.
He was up to no good.
He was trying to do damage.
Facts.
Yeah.
Up to no bloody good.
Wow.
Okay. So, sorry, I'm reading people's comments, but real quick, I will get to the super chat and I will get to the comments here shortly. And I appreciate everybody for being on, chopping it up with me and all that stuff. Be sure to hit that like button down below. Okay. And if you can, we got those new features where you can like cut out clips and blah, blah, blah. Please take out a clip, share this so that everyone, okay, even people that don't even watch this show know about this information, because we need to bring this man in for questioning so we can bring justice to this situation, because this is very, very sad, y'all. Okay. Let's see what else is there. The unnamed gunman opened fire on a Brooklyn subway shortly before 8:30 a.m. this morning, shooting 10 people and leaving 13 more injured. So wait a second. So the number has gone up, because when I first was live this morning, it was 13 people that were shot. Then it moved up to 16. And now, from what I understand, if my math is correct, if my math is mathing right, they say it's 10 people and leaving 13. So he shot 13. Sorry. So he shot 10 people. And then there was also 13 other people that were injured. So 23 people were affected by this active T word. I can't even say that word. Dag nabbit, but you know exactly what I'm saying.
They know what you mean. They know what you mean.
Racist. You know what I'm saying? Dag nabbit, man. I can't even say that word, but you know what I'm saying. Okay. Investigators believe they know who the gunman is, having identified the suspect after finding a credit card at the scene. How do you leave?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
How do you leave it? Okay. No, I mean, I'm glad he's an idiot.
Yeah.
I'm glad the dude, whoever it was.
He's obviously not a professional. Like, you leaving a lot of stuff behind, my G.
Just saying.
A lot of stuff.
I mean, if you're going to.
And your credit card.
I'm just saying, your credit card? Okay.
Why you bring that with you anyway? Like,
bruh. Like, You know what I'm
buy
saying?
a hot dog afterwards.
Like wait, you can.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you was, like after you get done, I'm
Come
gonna go
on.
get me some street meat.
Man, I'm hungry. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? After all this, I just after doing committing a T word, man, I just really I need a hot dog right now.
Yeah.
I need some street meat.
Well, I mean, good thing he did, you know, leave all of this evidence and stuff behind. So hopefully it'll get them to catch him quicker, and his world will get a little bit smaller now that, you know, allegedly, again, this person or this person of interest, they definitely need to get him ASAP to talk to him at least, because who knows, it could have been, you know, just speculating, it could have been more than one person. Yeah, it could have been him with somebody else, or
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. But then if you are going to leave the scene of a crime, I'm just saying this out loud. I mean, not trying to put any light, you know, make any jokes or anything, but I'm just going to keep it real. Why would you leave all that ish? Why would you leave your credit card of all things behind? Your credit card. You know what I'm saying? God forbid he bought those things with that said credit card too. Man, they better be running his bill just to see what he did. You know what I'm saying?
So okay,
it just seems weird, right? I'm looking at Bell Budafly, and they're saying this ish sounds off. It does seem a little off.
Very weird,
right?
Yeah. So okay, so
come on, speak on it,
they
baby.
found the 9mm, the extended clips, a hatchet, and gasoline. So we're saying he brought all of this stuff with him onto the subway train. What? I mean, like, did he have a duffel bag, or was he just like two arming it?
So what they said in a conversation, in the press briefing this morning, they said that there was a black man. By the way, he is Kevin Hart height.
Oh,
okay, so he's short. All right.
Okay.
So you know he's short as hell.
He
180 pounds, but he's 5'5". So they say a muscular build. I don't know if they're being nice to this T word, but hey.
Yeah.
So apparently Kevin Hart height.
Stocky.
Stalky.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to stocky. You know what I mean? Stocky. We're going to get, you know, Boston over here, but he's stocky. Okay.
Yeah, gotcha.
So you got that going on. Then he also had a green fluorescent or just a fluorescent yellow construction vest on. Then on top of that, he also, this is what they said, was running around with a backpack. So I guess he had a backpack, but he left all this ish behind. So what, did he have a gym bag filled with a hatchet and
maybe
gasoline?
After he released the smoke bomb, like he couldn't find his stuff. Like, uh-oh.
It just don't make no sense.
I don't know. It's a lot of questions that need to be answered that, seem weird. What was he going to do with the hatchet? What was he going to do?
Bro, what do you think? Bro, what do you think? What do you think?
But why?
More terror.
Why didn't he? You know what I'm saying? Like, after you did all of that stuff, well, you brought all of this. What was the gasoline for? Was you just going to light people on fire? You was going to blow something up? Like, I mean, why didn't he do that? So what happened?
Homie, come on.
I'm just saying.
He had everything with him. He was ready to do some damage.
Right. So
some
what
serious
happened
damage
that he didn't get to do all of that? Because apparently, you know what I'm saying, they didn't catch him. And that's another question of mine. New York got a lot of cameras all over the place.
Thank you for bringing that up. Yes.
All over the place. And a lot of police. So I understand in the moment when all of this stuff is going down and you have chaos raining out and you're hearing gunshots and people are running out of the train. The smoke thing is going off.
Right.
But there's police all over the subway. There's cameras. So hopefully they got some footage or something. I know it's still early on in the investigation, but hopefully they got some video footage of him before or after, and they can start making a trail of when it started, when he got there, what happened afterwards, where he went. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Now the thing is that, well, I don't know if they've done anything so far as as far as the surveillance footage and everything, but during this actual press briefing, they were asking about, hey, have they checked out the surveillance footage? And the commish said, oh, we're looking into that. Now the thing is that all this crime, all this drama, all this
Mhm.
tragedy happened in the morning.
Yeah.
So when they came up to brief everybody, you're telling me you still hadn't seen any of the footage? Real talk.
Yeah.
None of it?
Well,
Like not even a sliver of video? Something doesn't feel right to me, in my personal opinion.
I hear you. I think okay. So I listen to a lot of crime stuff. So
Yeah.
for my fellow crime junkies out there,
Facts.
I listen to
Hi.
a lot of that stuff. So they sometimes they hold back information.
Word.
Just so they can finish doing their investigation, or they just don't want to let the suspect or person of interest know that they know what they know. You feel me?
Yeah. No, I get
So
you on that.
I'm sure that they're probably much further along in the investigation than they let us to believe. They're just not telling us. And hopefully, with everything that they have at their disposal, with the cameras that were in there, witnesses that were there, and everything at their disposal, they can catch this guy pretty quickly, or at least get him in for questioning,
Right.
so we can resolve this thing, because these shootings are not becoming, but it's been a consistent problem, in America.
It's interesting because I see two different comments. So Bell Butterfly, okay, or Butterfly, sorry.
Butterfly.
They are saying, okay, they said the cameras at the station wasn't working. But then the next comment here says Bed-Stuy BK, sup, Bed-Stuy.
Bed-Stuy.
Okay, they said they saw the footage. So I don't know.
Wait, is that what the commissioner said? They saw a lot of footage from a nearby pizza parlor?
That could be it too.
Is that what I think I just saw that.
Oh, that's probably wait. Ah, here it is. Bed-Stuy BK. Thank you so much for that, by the way. So it says here, Commissioner said she and the team saw lots of footage from a nearby pizza parlor, street cameras, and other subway entrances. But yeah, I mean, first off,
in that area,
yeah,
what she was saying, Butterfly, was saying that the cameras weren't working.
Okay, inside the where the crime went down, I maybe, because here it is. If they're saying that let me pull up this comment one more time. If according to what they're saying, if the commissioner said, if this is 110% true with what Bed-Stuy BK just said, commissioner said she and the team saw lots of footage from a nearby pizza parlor, street cameras, and other subway entrances, then it sounds like something was off, or maybe the footage wasn't, or maybe the cameras in that area weren't on, or they're dead, or something like that, which sucks. But I will say this, though. It is New York, you know what I'm saying, where you got cameras every corner. You can't really commit a full-on crime under the radar, because they watching out here. So with that being said, if that really is what happened, thank God for all the other cameras that are out here in these streets, because without that stuff, we wouldn't have any pieces of information that we now know. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. But
what you trying to say? Though
I'm just saying, like, as much people from New York, if y'all on here, holla out. How much money y'all paying taxes? These cameras should be working. You know what I'm saying? Like, if the cameras
that is hard working, facts.
If the cameras wasn't working in the spot where it went down, like, y'all need to get some money back from all the taxes y'all paying for all of these cameras that they got out there, all the police that they have out there.
Blame-o.
And I'm don't get me wrong, I'm not blaming the police or bashing the police or anything like that.
No, we are not doing that today.
All.
No,
not at all. One of my best friends is a cop, so I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that there needs to be, after this, just a going over of, like, what went wrong. If these cameras were not working, why were they not working? How long were they not working for? And what do you do to remedy the situation? Because if they were working, when they should have been working, then this would be a lot quicker finding who did what, who saw what, who got hurt, finding witnesses, finding the suspect. So again, it's pretty early on. We don't know who or exactly who the person was. They said they have a person of interest.
Person of interest,
Yeah.
which I do have some more very interesting information here.
Okay.
As well.
Okay.
So I want to put that in here real
Gotcha.
quick before we go on to our next subject,
Mhm.
because we got a lot to talk about. But here it
Okay.
is. So yes, they were able to identify the suspect after finding a credit card at the scene. Okay, that was also used to rent the U-Haul cargo van. Okay, this is what two separate law enforcement sources told CNN. Now, the other thing is that is very interesting. A federal law enforcement source told Newsweek the suspect was previously known to the FBI, having been entered into the Guardian lead system in New Mexico. The system is the FBI's way of coordinating information from other law enforcement partners about potential T-word related threats and suspicious activity reports. So they were watching this dude's ass. They were totally keen. Yes, I said keen. They were totally keen about this mother lover. They knew about what this guy was all about. Okay, so they were watching him very, very closely. Oh, there's more. Hold on, there is more. But he was cleared after multiple interviews in 2019. He was cleared after multiple interviews. So either he finessed them, he conned them into thinking that he was fine, that he was not a threat, but he was on a serious list for potential bad things. Okay, so the federal law enforcement source said that he is believed to have driven to New York from New Mexico.
Oh,
the FBI has joined the hunt for him, and armed police units are patrolling Brooklyn for any clue of his whereabouts. So, just so you know, I'm going to throw this muggly ass face up again. This is a person of interest. Again, a person of interest. He is not actually, right now, they are not claiming him to be anything other than a person of interest. He has been on some lists, some serious lists by the FBI, which is also very strange.
Yeah, like why were they not watching him closer?
Like
you already had him on your suspect list.
Like
now, if you watching him, what happened in this situation? Somebody dropped the ball.
But it's weird because it's kind of like what constitutes, now that I'm going to keep his face up here for a second, but so you guys have this burn in your brains, get it soaked all the way down to your plums, okay? But here it is though, real quick. I want to know, how does one get off a list of the FBI if they're interested if they're looking at you as a person of interest, as far as like years and years thinking that you might be a threat for the T word, right? For the race situation related issues, right? How do you finesse? I want to know, how do you finesse the FBI for them to go, well, he seems fine. Yep, go ahead. We're gonna scratch you off the list. No problem, buddy. Have a good one. See you later. Don't worry about us. We'll be watching you though, still, kind of, sort of. And then next thing you know, 3 years later, he is connected, let's just say so far, to a T attack in Brooklyn. How do you finesse that? How do you finesse the FBI for them to just get off your back when you've been on the list for a minute?
I mean, I think they probably have a lot of people like this. You know what I'm saying? That they're watching. I'm just trying to play, devil's advocate here. I think they probably have a lot of people like this that they're watching, but you can't continually watch, one specific individual. You know what I'm saying? So if he hadn't done anything up until this point, yeah, maybe they were like, we think he's suspicious. But this other dude over here is a lot further along. So we might take our eyes off him for a second.
Right.
And that second they took their eyes off of him, that's when something like this happened.
But it's just weird. How does one go like, you are definitely a person of interest. You've been doing whatever the hell you've been doing. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's okay. Never mind. You're off the list now. You good. Whatever you did. Thanks for the cupcakes. See, like, you know what I'm saying? What is it? Like, what did they do? What did they do?
I don't think they, again, I don't think they like fall off or anything. It's just that other things take precedence. If somebody hasn't done anything to, you know, spark up the interest anymore, like if he's not buying warheads from Russia or something, you know, like at that point in time, like he's just in his house, like, oh, I hate the government, I hate Mayor who so and so from New York, and I hate, like, you can sit there and say that stuff and you can keep an eye on that person, but until they actually do something, then it's like, you know, they can't really do anything.
I mean, but then you just like look at us put him, like look at the damn dude's face. Like, I understand looks are deceiving, right? But at the same time, this is a 62-year-old man, and this is the man who could possibly be the person who did what happened in there. But the other thing I want to point out as well is that he was there. He did what he did, right? He did this. Well, he possibly, allegedly did this because I have to, unfortunately, this is just how the world works, because you never know, might be somebody completely different. But this man, again, you see his face right here, Frank James, he is a person of interest. If they are describing him as Kevin Hart height, 5'5", 180 pounds, okay, 180 pounds, I can see that. Okay, 5'5", maybe he really is 5'5". But he is 62 years old. Now, don't get me wrong. There's plenty of old men that can move. I'm not trying to throw any shade on no old men. But you're telling me that he just disappeared like a thief in the night? If he like running up those stairs, a 62-year-old man. I'm just being real. Do you think this man, of all things, look at this man right here. Do you really think in your heart of hearts, think that he could sprint up a flight of stairs and go, gone, dust in the night? You know what I mean? Smoke, disappearance in the night. 62-year-old man. Look at his face, and you tell me, can he sprint up a flight of stairs without pausing after like stair number 5? I'm just saying. No offense. I'm just saying.
I think probably it was so much chaos going on at that time, and everybody was going every which way, coming out of the subway, going up the steps, going around the corner.
So you tell me he walked away like Denzel and Man on Fire with the thing going off, and he's just walking like just chilling? Come on now.
Saying, you know, you
just
don't
cool,
know.
Just cooling the gang, just walking up there with no problems whatsoever.
Just walking away like, oh my god, that was crazy. Like, what happened?
Oh my god. Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of people were freaking out, understandably. But he just Bell Butterfly just said, yes, he walked away. Really?
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's like he walked away like it was nothing. Like he walked away like Will Smith smacking Chris Rock.
Hey.
Sorry.
Good reference.
Real talk. This is still a terrible thing. But
100.
When you see the man's face, you look at the damn face, man. Look at it, and you tell me, okay? Like he doesn't look like somebody who's running. I'm just saying he doesn't look like a runner.
Not gonna run. I mean, he'll like do a slight jog, like, you know how when you walk across the street and like your upper body moves fast, but your legs are still walking regular. Like
he's
that's
speed
probably
walking
what he was doing.
with the doing this thing.
He's doing that, but his legs are still like walking the same. So I don't know, man.
Yeah,
and it's just, again, a person of interest. We don't know that this was the actual guy, but you know, everything's pointing in that, you know, direction. But person of interest. So if you did see something, if you know something, somebody's talking.
Interesting.
You know? Yeah. Somebody knows this person. Somebody, because I guarantee he talked about this to somebody.
Right there. No, I'm just showing you a super chat really quick.
Oh, okay.
So you ain't wrong, because apparently Ricky Roy Visions. Thank you so much, by the way, for the $5 super chat. And if this is real, that'd be very interesting. But he is saying Ricky Roy, is saying Frank the suspect. He has a YouTube channel, and it is, I guess, Prophet of Truth 88.
Oh,
he made a video last night. I mean, I can't. I don't know if I want to pull it up, because I don't know what kind of stuff he's saying, what kind of rhetoric's coming out of his damn mouth. Okay. But first off, thank you for keeping me up to date on that. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Okay. But by the way, before we continue here, please do me a favor, hit that like button down below. My boy Nico's looking it up to make show to see what's up and what's popping off, to see if it's really a thing. I'm not sitting here saying that Ricky Roy is lying, but of course, I want to make sure that we screen anything before we do anything or show anything. Okay. But please hit that like button down below. Send it past 300 likes for me, okay? I see over 430 souls watching the show right now. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? We still got a lot to talk about. But this is definitely a big story that we covered this morning. And we got to, make sure that we bring this man into justice, okay? For all the people. Apparently now it's 23 people that have been injured, some with minor injuries all the way to critical condition, that are fighting for their lives right now in hospitals in New York City right now as we speak. So we got to bring this man to justice. He is a person of interest, and that's all we know so far.
Mm-hmm.
He must be out on a lam. He must have kicked rocks. He's hiding somewhere, and someone knows where he is. So if you're watching this, there's $50,000 on the table for you, baby. If you know where he is, squawk. That's all I'm saying. Speak up, talk, say what you need to say, all right? Because there's some people out here that I would hate to see this happen again. And that's one thing I'm worried about, that this is just the beginning. We've only just begun. And I don't want that to be what it is. Because there's going to be people out here that see this and they're going to feel inspired by this. And that's what terrifies the hell out of me, y'all. So, hey, do me a favor. Share as much as you can. Hit that like button down below. And do not forget to hit that subscribe button if this is your first time checking out this show. Okay? Especially the night version of the show. I appreciate all y'all for being here. We got to get going. But get into the next story, which we will be getting into here shortly. But here it is, though. How does it look? What does it look like?
It's kind of weird. He starts off his last video was a day ago. It's got 4.5 thousand views.
Can I see it?
Yeah.
Let me see.
It started off. Hold on, let me take the earbuds out. So it starts off with a clip from a movie talking about
what is it like Braveheart or something?
No. It's
is it Dead Presidents?
Let's see. I don't know if you can hear
Full Metal Jacket. I mean, like what?
No, I don't even know what movie this is. But it's a prison scene. It's two guys talking, two black guys talking, and let me give this to you. And the scene goes on for a while, and I didn't get to dive into it, but it's kind of weird, and I don't even know what he's talking about. But after the clip, it goes into him, and he's holding up a bottle of something. And again, I didn't get to see a lot of it, but yeah, he just seems kind of weird. First of all, the name of the page is,
what's the title? Oh, okay.
It's like Prophet 88 or something like that. So anytime you call it yourself, anytime you calling yourself a prophet, you know what I mean?
Prophet of Truth 88.
Prophet of Truth 88. Anytime you calling yourself a prophet, something might be up. You know what I mean?
Well, okay. So first off, let me just say this really quick, because looking at his other videos, yeah, I mean, he has some views, but those views, like domesticated averages, the most recent one, clearly everybody and their mom is starting to figure him out. Find out.
And if you look on the comments, so they're looking at there,
this.
People are, people know who he is.
Oh yeah, they're going, where are you?
Yeah,
turn yourself
in.
Yeah, this is
things of that nature. So yeah, it's
appreciate you sharing that.
Oh yeah, no man, it's
no, that's good to know. Period. That's good to know. All that ish, because like I said, it's we need to bring this man to justice as quickly as we can. Period. Point blank. Because there's plenty of hamburger. This is hamburger. You know what I'm saying? See, I always think I'm the only one that understands
I don't know.
the hamburger.
Hamburger.
Thank you.
No, I get you. I get you, my brother.
I thought I was the only one, man. I
Hey,
thought I was
for
the
all
only
my-
one.
For all my Def Comedy Jam people out there,
Yeah.
from, people that
Hell
grew up
yeah.
in the 90s. And
Hamburger. You know what I'm saying? But here it is on some real stuff. We need to bring this man to justice. So anything that you might be hip to, if you know what's going on, if you know the truth, you know his whereabouts. Most importantly, I don't give a damn about the truth and the details, because he's the only one that might very well have the details about this. And if he do, please speak up, because he will be the one to give us the information to either find the person who actually did this, or for him to actually confess the truth so we can keep it moving. Okay, so we can bring this man to justice, so that there's no other crazy things that go down, period, point blank. Okay, real quick, I got a comment from Dory McNulty. She's been a member, so it's a member comment. I can't pull it up on this rig, unfortunately, but I'm going to read it out loud here. So Dory, thank you so much for supporting this channel for 12 months. That's a whole damn year. I am so surprised you've been able to handle and deal with my annoying ass. Thank you. And I say that to every single person that's been a member, okay? Real talk. It's been a blessing, and I appreciate all the support. Seriously. Happy to be a member. 7 months. It says 12 months here, so maybe that was a typo. But anyway, praying for the people that are hurt reminds me of the Marvel version of NYC. Where's the Punisher or Luke Cage? You see, that's a very good question. I saw Nico get really excited.
Repeat it one more time.
She said, excuse me, didn't mean to burp there, but she said, where is the Punisher or Luke Cage? And I'd like to say, well, Luke Cage is right here, baby. That's all I'm saying. Look at these muscles. No, I'm kidding.
Jiminy Christmas.
Jiminy Christmas. Jiminy Cricket. No. But on some real stuff, I'm joking. But on some real ish, that is a very good question. But at the same time, I don't know if we are in a time for vigilantism. Okay, we already saw somebody try to do that. Real talk. His initials are KR.
Oh, that guy.
His initials are KR. I don't know if I really want that again. So I say leave the law enforcing to the law enforcement, because once we start doing that, everybody and their mama,
thinks they're Batman.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're not Batman. Just to let you know.
Damn, you
ain't
straight
Spider-Man?
straight into the camera, just straight into squashing every little boy's dream
I'm just
that's
saying,
watching the show.
Listen, we get hyped up on that type of stuff, and I understand what she's saying, like Luke Cage and Daredevil and Punisher. I get it. People, don't do that. Don't do that.
It's fire in a book.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's fire on TV and in the movies. It's fire as hell. But don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Because in reality, you'll be sitting there in a courtroom. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100. Going to jail.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a good time.
Dealing with all this BS. You know what I'm saying? We got better things to do, baby, than that kind of
Let the law enforcement handle it. They'll get it. They'll get it. Eventually.
Let the law enforcement enforce the law.
Yes.
Okay? Let them do their thing. And I really do hope we get this man in. They detain this man with the quickness. Hopefully they will. They were able to get this information really, really fast. So I'm hoping we'll find out more information, because if this man really did what he did, and that credit card was found on the ground, and it really is his credit card and all that is, so obviously he's connected to this big time. He clearly is dumb as hell. Dumb as hell.
I was just thinking that, bro.
He dumb. If you leave all that stuff, why would you leave that stuff there?
And your credit card, like when you was pulling out the gun, you was like,
exactly. He even made that noise
everything.
too. He's like, oh my God.
That's what I hear in my head when I think about you leaving your credit card at the scene of the crime.
Thank you. Who does that, man? Who does that though?
He does, apparently.
He does that though.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
Person of interest.
So let's bring him home. Let's bring him home to his new home, which is jail.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go. Anyway, we got to go into the next story. Okay. We got things to talk about, because we can talk about this for 7 hours. But I appreciate everybody who's been on. We got to talk about some new breaking information as well. Hit that like button down below. Hit it past 300 likes. Just hit it. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't cost a thing. Okay. A like doesn't cost a thing. I say it all the time. Doesn't even burn a calorie. Just boop, hit that like button down below. support the channel. That would really, really mean a lot. And of course, if you haven't done it yet, I'm going to say it again. Hit that subscribe button. Okay, now moving on to this next story. Now, the thing is we have not, this is not in the title because there's so much to talk about today. And there's not enough room to put this in the title. But we do need to talk about this particular thing. I know some people might feel some type of way, not be with it or not. But we do need to talk about this. No. It's nothing. I mean, it's bad news for anybody who might be a fan of this gentleman. But we do need to talk about the fact that Gilbert Gottfried is no longer here. He has passed. He has officially passed away at the age of 67. This man was young, man. To me, 67 is young. I mean, I don't see him sprinting up a flight of stairs with ease. Okay. But he is 67. That's young, in my personal opinion. Okay. So comedian Gilbert Gottfried, dead at 67. And they say the Aladdin voice actor and father of two passes away from a heart abnormality called ventricular tachycardia.
Tachycardia.
Yeah, try it.
Tachycardia.
Today, Junior.
Tachycardia. I think that's how you say
tachycardia.
Tachycardia. Yeah.
Tachycardia.
That's what I said. Pascal.
Whatever you said.
That's what I said.
Whatever you said.
They know what you
said it. But anyway, on some real stuff, like all jokes aside, it is really sad to see this gentleman no longer here. And also, I mean, they didn't even say this too. Ain't he the Affleck? Ain't he the voice for Affleck, the Affleck duck?
Wait.
So, ain't he though?
Wait. So that was the controversy, right? Because he was.
Oh,
he was.
You got stories for me.
He was the voice of.
So
the
then what
Affleck
happened?
duck. And then I think he said something. I can't even remember. It was a while ago. He said something offensive to somebody, to a group of people.
Oh, like a group? You saying like a group of people?
I think
like a slur or something?
I don't know if it was a slur, but he said something insensitive that
hamburger
riled up some people.
Hamburger.
He didn't, they took him off of that. That's what I remember, at least anyway. Somebody in the comments let me know, because I think that's what happened a while ago. Because he was like Affleck, you know.
Affleck,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
You're
doing that,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, they took him off of that. So
damn,
for a while, I think he had to go through that apology tour thing that you have to go through when you offend somebody, and you have to take a step back. But I was always a big fan of Gilbert Gottfried. From roasts?
Did you see I was just about to say the roasts.
Oh my
His
God.
roasts were amazing, but I don't know if it was the jokes itself or the voice in his delivery.
It was a combination of both, because he was a master comedian too.
Yes, he was. He was
a master comedian. He's been doing it for years. So R.I.P. Gilbert Gottfried. Wasn't he in am I tripping? Was he in Problem Child? You remember those movies?
Y'all, hey, fam.
I might be tripping.
What was he in Problem Child? I think he was. He
one or two?
He
I don't know.
Might have been, but he was not Iago.
Iago. Yeah.
He was Iago.
Uh-huh.
He was Iago in Aladdin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says right there, like an idiot. It's right there in front of me. But I mean, his voice was just, apparently that's not really what he sounds like in real life, but his character obviously catapulted him into stardom and made him a popular name and face. And I mean, the 80s and 90s, man, I mean, he was killing it in the game because he was unique as hell.
Somebody in the comments said he was fired as the Affleck duck after comments about the Japanese tsunami. I don't know exactly what he said.
Oh yeah,
but
I think he was canceled because of that. In a way, he was canceled.
I mean, before the cancel culture, I think got to
became
be
a thing
now. Yeah. But yeah, I can't remember what he said. But
he said
after that, Affleck was like, no more.
Yeah, he's like, well, he probably had to step back because also here it says here as well. Let's see, blah blah blah. He died at the age of 67. Of course, it was announced in a heartfelt message and a photo of him on Twitter which I obviously retweeted as well because it was sad. And shameless plug, follow me on Twitter, The Pascal Show, one word. So you can find out all the stuff that I'm talking about in the day or in the evening shows as well. So they say that he died today due to complications from muscular dystrophy. Interesting. And this is from one of his good friends and publicist said in the statement. And yes, he was the voice behind the Affleck. Affleck, not Affleck.
Yeah, not being
Affleck.
Okay.
Insurance duck mascot. But he made a lot of money. They say we are heartbroken to announce the passing of our beloved. I say beloved. Beloved Gilbert Gottfried after a long sickness. So maybe he stepped down not only because of the backlash from maybe the joke that he made, but also maybe he stepped down because of his muscular dystrophy situation. Maybe that's due to complications and he couldn't just do what he was usually doing. Maybe that's what happened.
Maybe.
You know
I mean, because he after that he did step back. The next time I saw him was on those Comedy Central roasts, and I think he did at least 2 of those at least. I can't remember who he was roasting, but every time he got up, bars.
I mean, he was
bars. Like he
dude
was
a
flaming
beast.
people.
Dude was a beast. Real talk.
And then his delivery and that loud, obnoxious voice, like, you know, how only Gilbert Gottfried can do it. He was a great talent. He was a great talent, and he will be missed. Definitely, because I'm a big fan of comedy. So and we grew up with him. You know, we grew up listening to his scratchy, you know, loud, obnoxious voice, his great comedy. So he will be missed. R.I.P.
No doubt. I'm just looking at some of the things that he did. He was obviously on Family Guy. He was in Sharknado 5.
Oh, that's a big one.
Let's see. You're right.
That's a career milestone right there.
Let's see here. I'm trying to find like some bangers. You know what I mean? Some deep cuts.
Yeah.
I'm
sure his resume is long.
Man, it is very long. Okay, we're going back. We're going back to Cali. So Problem Child 2.
Hey, I was
Problem
right.
Child 2.
Okay.
You were right. Problem Child 2. Let's see. Oh man, he was Aladdin, The State, which was a TV show. Let's see, Adventures in Wonderland, Thumbelina.
Oh wow.
Ren and Stimpy Show, Beavis and Butthead.
Hey.
He was also in the sequel to Aladdin, which was Aladdin 2, Return to Jafar. No one saw it.
Yeah, it was not that great.
He was also in Blank Man.
Blank Man.
Yeah, man. Blank Man, bro.
Oh my gosh.
Blank Man.
Hey, by the way, Blank Man would not fly today.
No.
Not at all.
Not at all. Not at all.
For all y'all that don't know what Blank Man is, I don't know if you might be able to find it. Go look it up. Damon Wayans, apparently Gilbert Gottfried. Interesting movie.
Movie's amazing. It just wouldn't fly nowadays.
No.
Like, remember Handyman?
Handyman.
That's a whole other conversation.
It is.
That would not fly right now.
No.
Ever. Ever. But back in the day,
hilarious.
He was on Living Single. Man, he was and he was in the TV series of Problem Child.
Oh, okay.
Like he did a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Real talk. He did a gang of stuff, and now he has passed on. So, you know, a huge shout out to him and his body of work and the comedy he's put out. And obviously the time is different. We live in a completely different time where comedians are literally on the chopping block more and more than ever before. You know, people are, I mean, I know that a lot of people will feel some type of way about what I'm saying here, but there's a lot of people that give stand-up comedians a really hard time when their job is to make people laugh and poke fun at things and not take things so seriously. And now, you know, I know we keep resorting back to this conversation about Will Smith and Chris Rock, but you know, that's like the ultimate, you know, that's like the cherry on top of all the BS that's been building over the past few years, where comedians are just getting attacked verbally. Now they're getting attacked physically because of doing their job, and that's what sucks. And I think with Gilbert Gottfried, he might have been a victim to that cancel culture chopping block before he even became a thing. But still, no matter what, his roasts were just unbelievable. His delivery was hilarious. Yeah, he found a shtick. People loved it, and he secured a hell of a big ass bag for it. Real talk. So may he rest in peace.
Do yourself a favor. After we get done with this show, go on the internet and look up Gilbert Gottfried. What was it? Comedy Central roasts.
Oh,
and you'll just look at some of it like hilarious. He's hilarious.
That whole compilation video is just you'll be on the floor like crying. But the thing is that it depends on where you stand on things.
Yeah,
some people might find this you might find it extremely offensive and rude and all that stuff, and then but somebody else will sit there. Man, see, I guarantee you, if you're behind closed doors and nobody else is there to judge you laughing at some of these jokes, you're going to laugh.
Yeah.
You're going to laugh a little bit. You're going to laugh. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, times are changing. Yeah. So,
R.I.P. to him. Bless up to his family.
Yeah, man. Yeah. May he rest in peace. Real talk. And thank you for bringing us nothing but laughter. Because, shoot, we need that even more than ever right now. But
I'm going to go home and watch Aladdin now.
Yeah, shoot.
Hey,
facts.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna watch some Aladdin. Yeah. I haven't seen that in years. So yeah, I'm gonna sit down, crack open a cold one, and watch some Aladdin. Yeah. So may he rest in peace. And thank you for the laughter, man. Anyway, we got to move on to our next story. You know what I'm saying? Real quick. Man, that's a good idea. I can have a little fun watch party, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100.
I haven't seen that in so long. So why not?
It was a great movie overall anyway.
Damn right. It was a fantastic movie. But anyway, but before we get into it, please hit that like button down below. Send it past 300 likes. I see you guys watching. I see y'all watching. I see you. Okay. So hit that like button down below. Send it past 300 likes. You only got 29 likes left to get to 300. So please, that'd be really, really appreciated. Also, do not forget to hit that subscribe button. That would really, really mean a lot. We got to go into one of our main things. And then our next segment that we have to talk about is a big Let's Talk segment, big Speak On It segment. Trust me, we are going to be getting to this Cam Newton conversation very, very soon. But first, we got to get into this next story. And it has to do with Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. We got to talk about this. There is a multi-million-dollar lawsuit going on right now between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. There is a defamation lawsuit. I think it's on in the upwards of $100 million right now. This is not good. People are in their feelings. Let's just say that. So much that they are out here. But something that's really interesting that's popping off is this article right here. Okay? And it has a little something. It has, it goes to the tune of Johnny Depp, or actually, during this Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial, Amber Heard is accusing Johnny Depp of SA, as he calls his ex-wife, his now ex-wife, a compulsive liar. Now, okay, first off, there is so much to unfold in this conversation. There is so much going on. And one thing that's really frustrating about this particular story is that if everything is going according to plan, as far as if she is full on cap, if she full on lying, bold-faced lying, she was trying everything she could to ride on the whole Me Too movement so that she can basically secure a bag. So that's something that's sorry. This whole story is just mind-blowing to me. The accusations, the stories that keep coming out, the BS, the lies, the alleged lies, all that start to come out. And now she is I guess, trying to grasp at straws, possibly as a last-ditch effort to basically say, that he has done something like SA.
Mm.
So let's go into this article real quick. It'll be quick. I promise. That's what he said. Anyway, so opening statements have concluded on day one of Johnny Depp's multi-million-dollar defamation lawsuit against his former wife, Amber Heard, which began in Virginia on Monday morning with jury selection. 7 jurors and 4 alternates were picked to hear the case. He claims in a 2018 article written by Heard in the Washington Post, like she went out of her way to write an article about him, in which she spoke about DV towards women, implied Depp, her former husband, was an abuser.
Mm.
Although the 35-year-old did not name the actor, lawyers for Depp say Heard's allegations have made it difficult for the 58-year-old to land roles he previously did. Interesting.
Mm. So his people are saying that because of her accusations, he can't land roles that he previously landed.
He can't do and it's true because there was a bunch of movies he was doing. He was in and it says here, Pirates of the Caribbean, Sweeney Todd, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory,
and it didn't have anything to do with some of those movies he was in being trash. That's what I'm asking.
That is very okay. You got a good point there. Okay.
Okay.
But I will say this though. Doesn't matter if those movies were trash or not.
Mm-hmm.
It was still money in his pocket. It still worked for him. And also it is still somebody who works his tail off.
Yeah.
Whether you like his work or not. I feel like, I feel like a lot of his characters are the same dude. I'm sorry.
No, you're right.
It's
100%.
Captain Jack Sparrow version of Tonto.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? So a lot of that, but at the same time, everybody loved them some Johnny Depp. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, there's a lot of people out here that were doing these that are filming these movies or producing these movies, and they're sitting there going, "Nope, can't. We can't hire you right now because you're part of the blacklist of the Weinsteins, kind of Me Too type stuff. You are a tyrant. You are a terrible human being. So for what Amber Heard said, we have to believe her instead of believing you," which of course he said time and time again, "I'm an innocent."
We don't necessarily have to believe her. I mean, I understand what you say when you saying that because society says we're supposed to believe, when somebody says something like that about SA or anything of that nature, you're supposed to believe, like, don't victim shame or blame. I get that 100%. But that being said,
yes,
I honestly, in this situation, think both of them are crazy. I don't mean to say crazy like that, but crazy attracts crazy, right?
Facts. Yes,
and they've been together. They had been together for a minute. Now, don't he live in a castle in Scotland or something? Like on some weird.
He is apparently. Well, back in the day, he lived in France. But then he lived like on a vineyard.
Okay, so
and from my understanding, he had like a heavy drinking habit.
Yeah, probably
which was just nothing but bottles and bottles of the finest wine.
Oh yeah, not hey, if you Johnny Depp, like I see that. You know what I mean? Like when you think of Johnny Depp, no, I'll be
okay.
I will take another shot of this thing though.
Oh, okay.
Just letting these people know. When you're Johnny Depp, you probably like have the finest bottles of whatever sponsor the show.
I hope
you have the
dreams,
finest,
baby.
Yeah, don't he look like he be like just drinking all day when he's not on set?
I mean, absolutely.
Get a bottle of wine and
absolutely.
By the way, he's American, right?
Bruh. Yes, he's American.
He'd be so weird sometimes. Like I'm like,
no,
because British.
No, but
not saying
no
anything against British people.
No,
I'm just saying like he's done so many.
Listen, he's a talented actor. I think he's a talented actor for what it's worth. I think he found a shtick. He kept sticking with it after Captain Jack Sparrow and all that, being the drunk. He said it was Keith Richards
mixed with
somebody else. And hey, he does he does his thing, right? But the thing is that he found a shtick. He was making money. He was Johnny Depp, and everybody went to go see his movies for the most part. And then people got tired of it, but still doesn't mean that he can't go and still work on the new Harry Potter movie or do this, that, and the third because of the, despite these allegations. But because of these allegations, a lot of people, and you got to remember, unfortunately, we live in a world. I mean, fortunately and unfortunately, because I'm not going to sit there and say, don't believe all women, because that's BS. I don't think that I'm not going to sit there and say that. I think it's a case-by-case situation.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's a sad situation that you have someone like Amber Heard, possibly. I mean, I think she's riding on this coattails of the Me Too movement because she wants to bury this dude. Whatever happened between them, I'm being real. Hold on. Whatever happened between them was volatile, was terrible.
Oh yeah.
They literally were in the epitome of a toxic relationship, and it made I guess Amber Heard does not like not getting her way, it seems like. So you got someone who's going, well, if I'm not going to get my way, I'm going to such and such. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You going to pay. So
Yeah.
then she writes an op-ed inside of Washington Post, puts it out there, and everyone instantly believes her. Why? Because she's the one who talked first. She writes a big ass article and talks about all this stuff, basically trying to make it seem like she's a victim.
Yeah.
When she probably isn't a victim. In fact, Johnny Depp is probably the victim.
Really?
Yes. Okay.
So
So even in the real talk, even in this whole trial, because I try to listen to as much of it as I could. It's a long ass trial.
Yeah.
Real talk. But even during this trial, homie, they are painting her out to be a nightmare. And I mean,
I'm sure she is.
You just look at her, you could tell she's a nightmare. But
yeah,
they said that she is extremely, from what they're saying. Okay, this is what the lawyers are doing. They're trying to paint her out as somebody who is abusive. That she's the one throwing hands. He's the one taking it, and she's the one throwing hands. But they try to make it seem like he's the one throwing hands and she's the punching bag. It's not, apparently that's not the case. Real quick, I got a super chat really quick. Ricky Roy Visions, Ricky Rue the Jew. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat.
Nice name.
What in the Walt Disney world are you talking about? Accusing Captain Jack plundering and splitting the booty, not righteous in the seas anymore. First off, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. But anyway, but here it is, y'all. You got a situation right now that is very, very bad because this is a perfect situation showing where a guy could just get buried because a woman says one thing and instantly, because we live in that society, which I totally understand, and I'm not knocking that, but we are quick to go and say, oh, if she said that, that must be true. When it's like, well, there's two sides to every story, but we tend to not listen to the story of the guy. We quickly lean over to the dude and say, lean over to the girl and go, and we coddle and we hug and we sit there and say, oh, we care for you. But it's like, wait a second. What if that woman actually is lying? And it's the other way around. And you can look at, I'm sorry, this is just on face value. Looking at her face is like, bruh, you can tell she's dangerous. You can tell she's dangerous. She doesn't seem like
just by looking at her face.
It's a vibe I see. And I always thought that about her. All the way from the first time I ever saw her in a movie, which was Never Back Down. Yes, I saw that movie.
Hey, me
do
too.
Not,
hey,
do
don't
not
feel
judge.
bad about that.
Okay, do not judge.
Feel bad about
but I remember seeing her in that movie, and I'm like, oh, this girl crazy.
Yeah.
I could just tell she's just not right. But then Johnny Depp must have loved that crazy ass, and so they got married. And then next thing you know, boom. But I also do think that Johnny Depp likes to party. Johnny Depp likes to kick it. and it looks like she does too. And if you do that enough times and you're around people who enable you, if you're around enablers and you both like to kick it like that, eventually it's going to go off the rails. And I think when it went off the rails, I think a lot of things got blurry. Pun intended, not intended, high key, low key. And then things got, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think somebody just said, cluttered like my head, just said, he's a drunk. Well, I think she's a drunk too. That's what I think. I think that they enabled each other. They got heavily influenced on a bunch of other things and had a lot of arguments, hence the toxicity of their relationship. So this $100 million lawsuit that's going on for defamation, I think is just ridiculous. And we're going to see how it unfolds. But, Nico, what are your thoughts?
Did you see when he accused her of taking a dump in their bed?
Yes. Yes, I remember that story. I was like, bro,
Okay.
for real?
Okay.
You literally are saying that she took a dump in the bed? Apparently she really did take a dump in the bed.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe she did. Listen, I'll be the first one to say, like, I love him crazy. I like crazy chicks. But you got to be careful.
His soon-to-be ex-wife's Washington Post op-ed will be coming out soon. If that's what Nico's ex-wife is going to be saying that here soon. I'm just saying, if you're going to sit there and go, I like toxic women, you should expect toxicity.
No. Okay, I meant to say, I used to like, not anymore. I'm good now. Not anymore. Anyway,
right.
He's switching it. What I was saying was that, yes, I agree with you. She's probably a little loco. I think he is as well.
A little. I think they're both absolutely insane.
I agree. But at this point in time, I can't sit here and say that she's more this than he is, because Johnny Depp is he's a rock star. And I don't want to sit here and say I put more blame on her than him, because they was in a relationship together. He knew how crazy she is or was, and vice versa.
He been known that.
Now, to go back to the point of saying, like, oh, it's hurt his career that she said this, I really don't think so. I think what hurt his career is that he was doing whack ass movies. And what's the last hit movie that he was in? He was in
Fantastic Beasts.
That wasn't his movie, though.
No, but I mean, it wasn't his movie, but he was in it.
But he was in it, but that wasn't his. My point is, like, what movie has he been in that he's driven?
Oh, you mean like starring Johnny Depp in Donnie?
I think the last
Donnie
movie
Brasco
that
was
saying? Banging that he did. You didn't even see his face. It was that movie Rango, that the animated thing about the gecko.
Yes,
that was the last dope movie, because after that you had the what was it called? Lone Ranger. That was horrible, and it backfired because he was playing a Native American dude.
And he was also he was hanging out with a cannibal. You didn't know about Armie Hammer?
What?
Arm and Hammer?
What?
Army? You don't know about this?
What?
Yeah, baby.
A cannibal?
Yes.
What?
A cannibal.
What are you talking about?
I'm telling you a story.
Armie Hammer is a cannibal?
Armie Hammer is a cannibal.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, no. Real quick. He was, he allegedly was being accused of cannibalism, Armie Hammer. So he's in this movie playing Tonto and all this stuff. And he was under a lot of fire for playing a indigenous person. Yeah. It is what it is, you know what I mean, about that situation. But
not to mention the movie was trash. But
the movie was absolute garbage.
Yeah. But then
garbage water.
Because my mom and them were so excited about this movie where he played the vampire. It was some show that used to be back in the 60s or the 70s.
Oh, wait.
And they came out with a movie. I can't remember what it was called.
Oh,
and my mom was so excited about it.
And it was trash.
Horrible.
His Willy Wonka was terrible too, bro.
I wouldn't waste the money.
Teeth? What's up with the teeth, though?
I don't know.
Them teeths.
I don't know. Like,
why?
But that's my point, is that it wasn't Hollywood. I mean, it wasn't her that was like, oh, he did this. And Hollywood was like, oh, he did what? I mean, we're all doing that too, but we can't give him any more roles. No, it was him being trash in movies.
Okay,
That's what made him not get hired anymore, in my personal humble opinion.
fair enough. In your personal humble opinion. Okay, so I'll say this. Maybe it was a combination of two.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you got somebody out here that's being accused of doing something that apparently he did not do, that he allegedly did not do.
Well, he said she pooped in the bed too. So
right. And in fact, you just said that. And Lady Justice said, "What's up, Lady Justice?" She said, apparently there are pics of the feces in the bed. Yikes. Apparently the maid found it. LOL. Yes, that's real.
Or was it hers?
We don't know. The world may never know. Like how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll, center of the Tootsie Pop? The world will never know, man. You know what I'm saying? This may be a mysterious feces, mysterious poop, just chilling in the cup. We won't know who is the culprit who took a dookie, a number 2, a deuce in Johnny Depp's bed. I'm gonna think that it's probably Amber Heard because she sounds insane. She sounds insane, and like I said, but that's the thing though. This is the problem I have. Real quick, Nico. This is the problem I got.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn how fine you are. I don't give a damn how fine you are.
And she is fine. Are you going to disagree with me on that? Amber Heard ain't fine.
I can see why she's in the movies.
Oh, wow.
But I don't think she's fine.
Okay. All right. You know.
I always had that vibe about her, though, from the movies. I was just like, she just looks like a bad person. And this is before all this ish went down. I don't care. Let me just say this real quick before I got sidetracked with your BS. Okay?
Proceed.
How dare you?
I'm sorry.
Okay. So I don't care I don't give a damn how fine you are.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a bad person, you're a bad person. Does not mean that you can get away with muerte. Okay? Muerte. Doesn't mean that you can get away with anything. I am not cool with that. That's just something that is a vibe I do not like. That's that ish I don't like. I don't like be a good person and be bad too. You know what I'm saying? Be fly as hell and be an amazing human being. Be fly on the inside as well as on the outside. And I feel like there's a lot of people out here that think that, because they look good, suddenly they think that ish don't stink. Hence the reason why they go and take a dookie in the middle of a damn bed. That kind of stuff, allegedly. And when that kind of stuff goes down, that ain't cool, man. That is not cool. That does not mean that any dude should sit there and simp the hell out of themselves just to make you happy. If you're a bad person, you need to work on yourself. Period. Don't bring that mess into any person's home, any other man or woman's home. In fact, this is the same thing to good-looking men out here. I don't care. Okay, I don't care if you are walking around a human tripod. I don't care. You don't treat people like this and think that you can get away with this crap by riding a movement or a vibe. Do the right thing. It's BS. I got a super chat real quick. Rudy, what's up, girl? Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Men need to listen to their friends when they say the girlfriends are not the one. It never works out when your friends and family do not like her. Facts. But that's the problem, baby. That's the damn problem. Why do we live in a world where people sit there and go, but I don't care. I still love her. I still love her. I don't care. Or I still love him. You know what I'm saying? Because suddenly it makes you go, woo, woo, woo. Like, that's not cool. Period. That's not cool. But we live in a world now. We live in a time where, and it's a tale as old as time. It doesn't matter. Everybody and their mama will automatically sit there and say, I don't care because look how fine she is. Well, then you basically have arm candy. You basically have an ornament on your arm. Okay, you got a hood ornament on your arm. It is not somebody with value. Is that person bringing value to your life, or do you think this is just it's just a social status? And I feel like there's a lot of young men and old men too that will sit there and instantly run over to the baddest girl in the room or the baddest dude in the room and just deal with their ish just because they look good. Because it's suddenly a social status update. Look, I got her on my arm. Or look, I got him. I'm with him right there. Real talk. Instead of actually listening to your heart and finding the right person for you. That's sad, y'all. But I see this time and time again. And what's the other thing before I go into this other super chat? And thank you so much for the super chat, Rudy, and you speaking facts all day long. Listen to your friends. And also, let's be real. Listen to your heart. Let's be real. It's old school song, but real talk. Real talk. Listen to your heart. You can't tell me that you literally are looking at that person with absolute love and care. No, this is a social media status update that you are basically walking around with. And that's disgusting. But what's sad is that you have a lot of men out here and women that will go with that person because it just looks good on paper. They don't even check the boxes. They just look good. It's just glossy. It looks good on gloss. You know what I mean? And then they find themselves 10 years later going through a harrowing divorce and sitting there heartbroken with them baby kids, wondering where the past 10 years went because you spent all your time, money, and effort and energy towards somebody that was not right for you at all because you were too busy worried about what you'd look like together on IG and Facebook, on the social medias, instead of finding somebody that's right for you. Period. So, fellas, I get it. Especially the older gentlemen out here that listen to this show, that watch this show, I get it. You make monies. I get it. And maybe you single now because the relationship you had in the past didn't work out, something like that. It's all good. The relationships like that happen. You part ways, it happens. But at the same time, if you're going to find somebody with value, if you're going to find somebody that's worth it, real talk, look. I don't care if that person looks good in a bikini. Great. Find out what's going on in that person's head too. Or swim trunks. Oh, he got a six-pack. He's hot. Oh my God. Have you found out if this person's worth it? You just, like I said, he just looks good with you on IG. And then you're with him for 10 years, and then you realize that that person's a nightmare. And then you go through a divorce, and then you lose half of everything. Why? Because you were just looking at the abs.
Preach.
Thank you.
Preach.
That's all I'm saying. I got another super chat. Dory McNulty, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Amber Heard makes Grimes look down to earth by comparison. Exactly. And I've only seen Grimes. I don't know what she's done or anything of that sort. She's Elon Musk's BM.
Oh, really?
Baby mama. Yeah.
I didn't even know okay.
Yeah, he's had sex.
Oh, yeah. I thought he was like what do you call it? Like asexual, and he just
he's been all up in them guts.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right, shooting clubs up apparently. I see. Get him, Elon. Hey. I know nothing about you, Elon.
Yeah, okay. Throwing a couple down the tunnel. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Just tossing them. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
You know?
Right,
I got another one here real quick before we go into the next subject because I know y'all want to talk about this. Real bloody talk. But Mara Sharice, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Facts. Check the Carfax. Check what's going on under the hood before you automatically don't get me wrong. Hey, I'm not sitting here saying you can't go and have a little bit of fun. You know what I mean? Ooey, ooey. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having a couple dances around the dance floor. But don't make this be your dance partner for life if he or she is not worthy.
100%. Listen,
Jeez.
I've been there before. When I was in LA, I was, trying to get at this girl. Beautiful girl, like tall model, like just beautiful girl. And I gotta admit, of course, at first it was the looks that, got me interested. She was talented as well.
Talented with what though?
She did music, but that wasn't the talent.
See? Okay.
But my point is that you're right. Like you got to check underneath all of that stuff to see who the person actually is.
Yep.
Because you will be stuck with cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and that's what happened to me
Loco.
during the beginning of the pandemic. That's what happened, and I didn't check all my sources and facts and check to see who she was, and I was stuck in a house with her for a good 2 months, which was not great. So Pascal is right. Check, make sure that the person that you are with is a good person and is not loco and cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. You gotta make sure that they're level-headed. Y'all have the same interests. Like you gotta think forward about raising kids and stuff like if you're going that far.
Mhm.
But you got to make sure that it's right first, because you'll drive yourself crazy and then get yourself into something like Johnny Depp is into right now, according
Yeah.
to Pascal.
Oh, and speaking of Elon Musk was smashing Amber Heard too, and there was
Word?
yeah, man. And apparently there's a rumor that, I don't know if it's confirmed or not, but they say that there's a possibility that Amber Heard's baby may be Elon Musk's baby. Apparently, I don't know. I don't know.
How old is the baby?
I don't know.
We'll see when it turns like 5 or something. If it start like doing different characters, then it's Johnny Depp's.
Yeah.
If it's a genius, then hey, Elon Musk.
Yeah. The other thing is just maybe check the hairline too.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? But that's the other thing though. But I mean, the one thing though, I'll say this really quick. The one thing that pisses me off more than anything in the world is that when I see older men, and let me just say this before, like, people are like, older man, what you talking about, man? What I'm talking about is older men with younger women. Now, I'm not saying anything wrong with that. You can find older men can find a really great, down-to-earth younger woman that really is there for them, not because of the money. But I feel like a lot of guys, older guys, just kind of throw in the towel, or kind of give up and just feel like, well, she's here for my money, so okay, at least I'll just have some fun. No, I don't agree with that. I'm not with it, and I get it. She looks great with you, and in your brand new ride, in your foreign 2-door 0 to 100 in less than 2 seconds car. I get that. Cool, but is that person really bringing value into your life? Is that person really a valued person in your life? That's the thing. And I see a lot of dudes do that. But then there's a lot of girls out here that feel, and this is great because we're going to segue into this next conversation here. But what I hate more than anything in the world is that there are women out there that feel just because they look good, they don't have to raise one damn finger to do anything else to show their value.
I know a lot of those.
There's plenty of those, baby. Unfortunately, but there's plenty of dudes out here that are like that too. We're gonna get into this next conversation, which, by the way, we did get past the 300 likes, but keep hitting that like button, baby. Yes, we got it, man. We doing it.
Sound effects or something.
I know. I'm working on it, man. Shoot,
no, it's
you know
good.
what I'm saying?
It's good. I'm just saying, when you get them, let me do them.
Yes. Oh, snap.
Yeah. Let me do the sound effects.
Done.
Yeah.
Done. Let's go. But please hit that like button down below, and do not forget to hit that subscribe button. One last thing though, too, really quick. Go over to my secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips. Please go and hit that subscribe button over there. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers over there. So if you guys can do me that solid, go over there, hit that subscribe button over there, because sometimes you can't watch the entire show, and sometimes these shows are 1.5 to 2 hours long, and sometimes you just want to see the highlights. So please, I'm putting out highlights solely over to the secondary channel called The Pascal Show Clips. Please go hit that subscribe button over there, please. I'd really, really appreciate it, okay? And I appreciate all the fam that's here for this conversation. Anyway, let's get into the next and final conversation of the day, and it has to do with Cam Newton. Wow. Okay, Cam Newton just recently came out with a interview that he had, where he had a few things he had to say. So we got to go into this article really quick. I want to show you guys this article. Definitely worth the watch, and definitely worth the conversation, because right now, the internet, social media is going crazy right now over Cam Newton's comments. And I get it. Cam Newton's kind of known for pushing the envelope about a lot of different things on and off the damn field. But this one is making a lot of women really, really upset. And this is the reason why I wanted to bring it up. So let's do this. So Cam Newton is being called out. And they're saying over sexist comments about women who, quote unquote, can't cook and don't know when to be silent or when to be quiet. I'm sorry. When to be quiet. Okay. So he was on the $1 Million Worth of Game, episode 161 with Cam Newton. He sat down with them. So Cam Newton attempted to differentiate between a woman and a quote unquote bad bee. I don't even say that word. I try not to. Okay. When it comes to women. All right. On the latest episode of $1 Million Worth of Game. And his comments aren't going over too well. So the NFL quarterback, he a quarterback too, y'all. When talking about his upbringing, attempted to point out what the term bad bee meant to him. It's interesting because, like, you can say, I can't say bad bee, but girls can say bad bee. It's like the N-word, just so you know. It's like the N-word.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But moving on, I just realized that like on the way here to the studio, I was like, yeah, it's kind of like the N-word.
Kind of, sort of.
Okay. You can't, like, I can't say it because, you know, it'll be offensive, but they can say it to each other. I bet.
Yeah.
So moving on, he argued that the term is not used to degrade a woman, just to go off the aesthetic of what they deem is a boss chick. So Newton talked about growing up in a home with his mother, father, and grandmother that they raised him, which he said helped him learn what a woman was. According to him, Bad B looks the part, but doesn't act the part. Okay, so I want to show this to you guys. This is what he said in a clip. Hopefully you guys can hear this. Hopefully. Let's try it out. Right. They're saying they can't hear it.
Can't hear it.
Dag nabbit. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Damn. All right. And it's turned all the way up. I tried, dag nabbit. Okay. Well, that's fine. I will basically say what's being said in this particular thing. So he's basically saying, now a woman for me is handling your own, knowing how to cater to a man's needs. But this is all I have so far. Shoot. Hold on. I was really hoping that was going to work. 1 second, y'all. Let me see if I got or maybe Nico, maybe you can find a transcript of that.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for now.
Dag nabbit. I hate when that happens. Hold on 1 second, guys.
Yeah.
Do you have it?
No, not yet. I'm still looking.
Okay. Let me see here. Okay, I got it.
You got it?
Yeah, I'm just going to read it out loud. So he says, hold on. Let me share this real quick. Nope. I think this is it. He says in a quote, or, you know, because obviously we can't play the video, which sucks. Okay, so he said, I had a perfect example of what a man was in my life by my father. My parents have been together for 36, 37 years now, and it's a beautiful thing. I grew up with in a 3-parent household, my mom, my father, and my grandmother. And I knew what a woman was, not a B word, Newton proclaimed. So the host asked him, what is a bad, not a bad B word, sorry. So the host asked him, what is a bad B word, right? So he went on to explain that, which is a bad B word is a person who just, girl, I'm a bad B. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I look the part, but don't act the part, Newton clarified. There's a lot of women who are bad B words. And I say B word in a way not to degrade women, but just to go off the aesthetic of what they deem is a bad or a boss chick, he continued. Now a woman for me is handling your own, but knowing how to cater to a man's needs, right? And I think a lot of times when you get the aesthetic of I'm a boss B, I'm a this, I'm a that. No, baby. But you can't cook. You don't know when to be quiet. You don't know how to allow your man to lead. So that is the conversation that we're having right now. Cam Newton said some things. And basically, Black Twitter's all up ablaze. I mean, Twitter in general, people are feeling some type of way about this. I definitely have some things I want to say about this.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
Sure.
I definitely got some things to say about this. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that what he's saying is right. It's not. I do think that he's seeing, he and he might be a little jaded because obviously he is who he is. He's Cam Newton. He's probably around a lot of women that do not have any value at all whatsoever, except that they are aesthetically good looking. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep it real. I think that we do live in a very messed up, interesting time right now, where we live in a social media on the surface only life, in a social on the surface world, where we only give a damn about the likes, how the photo is shot, so on and so forth. What we can provide in a photo rather than what we can provide emotionally. So I do notice, and this is just even from growing up, Cam Newton ain't wrong with this whole idea of, and I'm sorry, ladies, I love y'all. I love every single last one of y'all. Like,
I'm getting in trouble.
I'm not trying to get in trouble. Trust me, I am not trying to get in trouble. But I do realize that there is I see less and less women out here, and I've said this on the show. I don't care. And maybe I'm a little traditional when it comes to this. This is the conservative side of me talking, okay? Because I'm liberal as hell on everything else. But when it comes to between a man and a woman, let's just say the traditional breakdown of a relationship, man and woman, I have yet to see, I see less and less women that know how to cook. I'm sorry to say that. Less and less women that actually know how to cook, and more men that know how to cook. I see more men teaching women how to cook than I actually see women who know how to throw it down in the kitchen. I'm not sitting here saying that women need to be in the kitchen. I'm not sitting there saying that at all. I think that we live in a time where it should be, and obviously we are all progressing and growing as people. I do believe that we have to evolve within the construct of what we look at as far as the nuclear family and the roles that happen within that nuclear family, within the husband and wife, just that old school traditional breakdown. We live in totally different times. More and more women are out here securing the bag. You see what I'm saying? Kicking ass and taking names as well. There's a lot of Mr. Moms out there too. Okay. Deep cut, by the way. All right. But just so you know, but let's be real. I think that we're in a time now where there needs to be more communication. But I do feel that a lot of times there's a lot of men that have just given up and just say, I'm going to cook. I'm going to take care of all the stuff. And there's women out here that still expect said man, who's now doing all the other chores, to keep doing everything else, which is secure the bag, be a leader, so on and so forth. These are the things that I've noticed growing up and just being a fly on the wall in relationships that I've seen develop and grow. I get it that women don't want to be stuck in the kitchen. There's nothing, I get it. I totally get it. but there has to be an understanding and a balance between the spouses. It can't just be everything on one person. You see what I'm saying? So I don't agree entirely with what he said because I don't like the word cater. I think it starts at cater and then ends at, oh, you don't know when to shut up. No, this ain't the 50s, baby. This ain't the 50s. You know, this is the time where it's less of woman stays home and provides and the man goes out there and hunts and gathers. It's a totally different world now. Both people are out here doing it. There's got to be communication between both spouses and, you know, basically divvying out, delegating the responsibilities. But I will say this, though. Ain't nothing more sexy than a woman that knows how to cook. I'm saying it. Sorry to make it sound like that, but I'm being real because it's a rarity, y'all. I'm sorry to say it, but it's truth. Less and less I see. Man, I mean, I haven't been on like a date with another girl in damn near eons, but I remember going on a date. Girl was making me dinner. She made me the most I don't even know what it was. It was like rabbit food. It was mashed up rabbit food. There was no texture to it at all. It was like cornmeal.
Did you eat
but
it?
It wasn't even cornmeal. I tried. I really tried, but it was disgusting. And I'm sitting there going, damn, you don't know how to cook. Damn. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not expecting to go, hey girl, make me a sandwich, baby. Nah. No. But at the same time, huh?
I said I am.
Hey. Oh, well, hey. we gonna get to you. But at the same time, I really do think that I like to cook and I like good food. So one thing that is attractive to me is someone who knows how to throw down. It is. It really is. And that's just me. But I also did grow up in a family where I had a father and a mother, you know, that were together till my father died. May he rest in peace. You know, they had each other. They held it down. He had certain roles where she had certain roles as well. So I'm with that 110%. I just think how Cam Newton said it is wrong. It came out wrong. I don't think it needs to be you need to shut up. No, this is a dual partnership where both people have a say in what's going on in this world that you're going down, you know, this relationship and this route that you're going down. And sometimes it's crazy and sometimes it's scary. And sometimes your spouse needs to lean on you and vice versa. But there needs to be an understanding of that. You see what I'm saying? There needs to be an understanding. There needs to be teamwork. But I do feel that we do live in a time where people are so selfish, extremely selfish, so wrapped up in their own stuff to be a bad bee or the baddest mother lover, or, you know what I mean? I'm an alpha. Then actually going, well, babe, what do you need? Is there anything you need? I got you. What's up? Hey, I got this thing going on. We got this huge financial possibility. I need to talk to you about it to see if you're down with it. That is teamwork. Also, by the way, fellas, that is a sample and an example of leadership as well. Communication. Because if you're out there just going, oh, you know, I'm gonna do me because, you know, I run this town. That woman's gonna kick rocks quick. And that's the same way the other way around. There's got to be balance and there's got to be an understanding. Nico, what are your thoughts on this? What do you think, Cam? What are your thoughts on what Cam Newton said?
What he say that was wrong. I don't see anything he said that was wrong. I understand why people might think that the way he said it or whatever, but I know we touched on him using the B word. In the context that he used it, I think he was saying, like, that's what girls be saying. I'm a bad bee. I'm a bad bee. But okay, right. Cool. But what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? You can be a bad bee all day, but and I think he just used the cooking thing as a reference. Like, well, can you cook? Because women can flip it and say, oh, well, can you build a house? Can you go hunting? You know what I mean? Like they
Right.
could flip it and say something like that. But I think at the end of the day, what it comes down to is what you were touching on is like you have to be a team and understand the dynamic between a man and a woman, and in general what it is, but also what it is between you and your partner. Because what works for Pascal and his woman might not work for me and my woman. You understand?
Facts.
So
Facts.
in my household, you know, there's times when you know, especially with me coming back to St. Louis. I was out in LA for a little bit. I just moved back to St. Louis. Like sometimes for me, money is a little tight. So in that situation, my girl got to say, okay, baby, I got you. Let me step up in this area and I got you. If she's busy and she's doing something and she can't cook, I'll be like, all right, don't worry about it. I got you. It's about that give and take.
Right.
But there's also a basic standard of what a man needs and what a woman needs.
True.
So in that aspect of it, of course, there are little nuances as far as personally what your relationship calls for. But at the same time, in general, you know, men want to be able to lead. So when he was saying you got to let your man lead, that's not saying that you got to step into the background. It's just let your man be a man.
Yeah.
Let him be a man. That don't necessarily mean like
shut the hell up.
Yeah, be quiet. But to that point, sometimes you do have to know when to just and step back. And that's not just for the women. That's for the man too. Because in certain situations, whatever the situation is, you have to read your partner and say, okay, I might be stepping on their toes just a little bit. Let me swallow my pride and back up.
Yep.
Both people have to do that. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I don't necessarily think he said anything wrong. But you just got to break it down like we just did to understand it. You feel me?
Yeah, I totally agree. My camera just died, and I think yours is about to die too.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately. But we're gonna have to wrap this show up, unfortunately. But I do have a super chat that I wanted to say really quick. Rudy, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I understand where Cam is coming from. Allowing a man to be the head of the household does not mean a woman is selling themselves short. And yeah, your camera just died too.
Bang, bang.
So I do agree with that 110%. And it you know, I think, but I also do think and believe that there is a level of understanding, that there should be a level of understanding between between two people. There needs to be that understanding, period. You know what I mean? So unfortunately, guys, we got to wrap up this show. It is what it is. We're still waiting for some of these batteries to come in where we can do more of this kind of conversation or longer shows and all that. But it's nice to know how long these cameras can go with these batteries. But I do appreciate all y'all for being on. We'll be back on, or I will be back on tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Not 9 a.m., but I will be back on tomorrow morning. So be on the lookout for my show. I appreciate all y'all for being here. For conversating with me. And of course, Nico, I appreciate you coming on and chopping it up.
Thank you for having me again, my brother.
Oh, always. I mean, I'm looking forward to having you on tomorrow morning. Or tomorrow night.
Well, I was about to say, hold on.
No. Tomorrow night. I'm sorry, tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, I'll be back.
But you know, we do got to get going. I appreciate all y'all for being on. Y'all been amazing. Have a great, wonderful rest of your night. Do something positive. Okay. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.